Good morning, Guardians. It is Ebontis here. Going to be doing a solo Nightfall run through for you guys. Going to do it with my Hunter. So let's jump right in and see what we've got. We know the strike is going to be the Blighted Chalice, where you fight Malok. And your modifiers are going to be Void Burn, so bring all the Void everything you've got. Got Brawler. If you do have to punch, it will actually do some good, which is nice. Fresh Troops, you'll have some more extra enemies in there with Taken. Won't be too bad, but you're probably just going to have a couple more majors in a few spots. Airborne, more damage in the air, which is always nice if you need to get some good rocket damage. Shoot that rocket, jump in the air. And we've got Daybreak. Everything is cranked up to 11, so your super is going to come back very frequently. You're also going to be getting grenades and things very quickly, so those are going to be nice, but also you're going to have more enemies involved throughout the entire strike. So, as there's Void, I'm going to do this one first on my Hunter. Going to do it on Night Stalker, of course. For the more controllable grenade, I do like Vortex. Void Wall's not bad if you can control it as well. Either one of those is pretty good. Spike is sometimes a little hard to control or point the right direction. As for my build, probably going to go Bloodbound, just because if you're going to go for a bigger group of enemies and you're going to get them in clumps, you can do Bloodbound, have them share that damage. Vanish and Smoke, you can do that so you can go invisible if you need to, or you can go Envenomed so you can have that toxin on enemies. I'll probably go Envenomed until the boss and then Vanish and Smoke if I need it. Down here you can go Lockdown so that Venom lasts twice as long. Of course, full toughness and battle recovery, and then Predator just so it gets that cooldown even quicker. And then if you miss, of course, that turns it into basically a trap. Going to be going with, oh my good old Void Rocket Launcher, Devil's Dawn, and a Void Primary. So Void across the board if you've got it. If not, any standard primary, and then something like Truth will do really well, or even If Materia. All of these will work very well. But as you do have Airborne, the rocket will probably work a little better because that Airborne bonus you can take advantage of by shooting and then jumping up in the air. Other than that, Graviton Forfeit, anything bonus that you've got for ammo here, so Sniper Rifle, Rocket Launcher, and let's go. Alright guys, so I did switch to the invisibility on this one just to kind of get this first section going. As soon as you move, basically, Malok is going to do his thing. Now, you're going to have a whole lot of guys that spawn here. So what you want to do is get up to the upper level, but the best way to do that is to go invisible so they don't really see you and just wail on you for a little bit. And you can get up to the top level here, which is just a little easier when invisible. Now, once you're up here, you can do most of the work and you should be alright. And again, just don't forget about your tether. Use that pretty vigorously. If you got a scout rifle with primary, always a good thing to do. And again, just looking to take these guys out as quick as you can, but it's just a little easier to fight them from up top. And again, if they split, they do take their sweet time, but keep throwing those grenades. Now, it's going to say enter the Hellmouth. So run down here, grab any ammo. Now, as soon as you grab ammo, what you want to do is once you touch this platform close up here, you're going to hear that lock try and open.
The door is sealed with runes. Let's get to work.
So come up here, you're going to have your first wave of enemies coming out this direction. And you're also going to have a tether come out right here. So be careful about him. And you want to take him out quick. Now at some point he's going to creep back out here, but I ran him back in the doorway. He will jump across, but it's usually good if you can take him out before he gets running too far away. Once he's down, then just take out the enemies below, which really aren't too bad. Again, big old tether down there. Spread that damage, start working him down. If you're going for speed, a rocket may work even better. But watch as some enemies may come up to you, but if they're taken, they should stay down below. It's the regular ones who will hop up to you. Tether works really well to keep these guys controlled, which is nice. And again, that nice Void Scout Rifle getting its work in. And you can throw grenades a lot. I always forget on Daybreak that those things come back so quickly. You're going to have 3 keys showing up. So grab any ammo you got. Pick up the Relic. And you just want to run it up here. Rinse and repeat this process 3 times real quick. But again, it does always help coming back up to the top. Now this time all the enemies are going to come out on the far side. You're going to be looking for whatever big one comes out. So it looks like I've got a captain over here. Now if you can stagger him, hopefully that'll help. No, he will try and use the big black balls of doom that they use. If you can, well, or knock him off. That works, I guess, one way too. Now, if he's going to fall down and be more of an annoyance to you, you want to try and tether him down there. Maybe use some rockets. Look for the big captain if you can. Just keep throwing grenades, throwing a little bit of everything. And again, looking for the captain. If it's not dead, you'll probably know it because when you kill all... There he is. Or you'll just find him out there, basically doing his work. That thing's just really annoying, and it can hurt quite a bit. So just be careful. Another tether. That is the thing about Daybreak. This one is not too bad. Should be pretty manageable. You just got to find the guy. And again, don't forget about that airborne bonus. Wherever Captain Man is. Should be able to take him out. There we go. Last little bit here. Should finish them off. And you'll know once they're down, the key will actually show up when all the enemies are dead. Or if they're going to split on me. Alright. Grab any ammo you need. And the next key will be... actually, it's across the way. Third one's behind me. My bad. So third one is up here. 1, 2, 3. Grab that key. Run it up to the front, and we'll do this one again. Again, this will be the slowest part of the whole thing, just because, of course, you got to wait for the rounds to spawn. Third round will be coming from this side again. So, of course, if you want to get the enemies out, depending on what you face, tether, of course, is a good thing to bring in here. Drop his shield down. If you can just fire even a regular primary, sniper, whatever you got will work well. And just start chunking those down there. Grenade will work well when that tether is up. Bring it along. Keep throwing those grenades. Anything will take these guys out relatively quickly. And then from here, tether them out if you can. Just try not to die this close down to the bottom. And just try and make sure that health doesn't croak too quickly. All those tethers. You gotta keep yourself a little defended, do that. Should be it. Hopefully if the key shows up. Yep, here you go. Pick up any ammo that's going to appear on the way. Looks like they're just throwing the special at me, but I'll take some heavy if I can grab some. And final key in the door. Plenty of guys to kill, so don't worry about that. What's up, Riken? How you doing, man? Reload your weapons depending on what's in the door. If you got all these guys, they go down pretty quick. And you might get some ammo, you might not. But come on through. And we'll see what comes next. We're likely going to have taken almost the whole time in this one. So look for those captains out there. Good thing if you can fire a tether straight out ahead. That might actually get some of those guys taken care of. Again, look for that captain if you can find it. And again, another good thing to take these guys out quickly is going to be all your grenades that you've got. And then as well, jump in airborne so you can actually get that airborne bonus on your rockets. Always a good thing. Again, look for that tether. If you can get that captain, there's usually 2 captains. If you can get it stuck, get some work in. Last one around the corner. Now you can run probably skipping most of this part if I went invisible, but just trying to show you guys all the enemies that are going to be out here. You can have your one devoured Centurion up here. Watch out for the Axiom Bolt because that will kill you in one shot. Other than that, if you can jump up here and possibly just run by, get away from those bombs, you should be good to go. Let's get to the next room. Might not be a bad time to pop a heavy synth just because you may as well use it if you got it. And a 3 of coins while I'm talking about it. Run around the corner here, and we're likely to have taken here as well. So look for them. Looks like we do.
Malok has begun to control that
Now look for the wizard that is going to spawn.
It at his command.
Try and take out the tortured wizard as quick as you can.
Now we know.
And again, if you can drop the wizard, that will speed this process along a little bit. As long as my ammo doesn't fall down. Try and detonate these bombs real quick. You're going to have a few taken on either side. Right here. You'll have one and then another one over here. So always try and come up, use some cover, take these couple guys out first, and then turn around and look for the guys that are across the way. And again, just pick them off pretty slowly as you get closer. Watch for the couple vandals that are in the back. Most of them are silent, so they're not nearly as bad. But if they keep splitting, they do get annoying. So keep working your way forward, trying to take them out as quick as possible. Grab that heavy. I've got one of them out there. There's a bad tether, but oh well. So from here, creep around the corner, and then you can detonate those bombs, or at least start the activation, and then back up. But, you know, we'll just go ahead and take them out as the guys spawn. You're going to have some Thrall that spawn, so watch out for those. They will creep forward. A couple Vandals on each side. You'll have some Captains in the back, so watch out for those as well. Captains, of course, we know they run, so just be careful for it. But again, if you need to take out a Captain quick, you know the best way to do that's going to be that airborne rocket. Take out the Vandals so they don't shield anything. You're going to look for that Captain, reload your rocket, try and find him, and fire in the hole. Jump in the air, so whenever that hits, you're going to get that huge damage chunk. 2 Captains down. Most of these guys will go down fast. See what remains up here. You'll usually have a Major somewhere in the back, unless he was just standing. Nope, he's up here. Now that you want to make sure and take out. Those Axiom Bolts are going to be the most deadly things that you can face with Void Burn, because they will one-shot you. So be careful about those. Focus on those Tortured Centurions anytime they come up, which is usually the 2 spots if you've seen them, and then that 3rd round as well. Those Axiom Bolts from the boss are lethal. So, looks like we're in pretty good shape. Let's keep going. So now we're like 10 minutes into the strike, so that first section can take a little while. You could probably do it a little faster with some rockets or, you know, void bombs if you're going Warlock, for example, with like scatter grenades. You're going to be throwing those like a crazy person. But even 10 minutes in here, you'll have plenty of time for what you need to do.
How can she see
So down here,
with that whole...
and this is one where Daybreak Void Burn could catch you off guard a couple times, but honestly I think this is going to be a good one to be able to solo, get a lot of good work in, be able to take this out pretty quickly, I think. And then creep up here again. Keep watching for mostly the snipers up on the top. Those Vandals will be up in the upper deck, so watch for those. And then for the Phalanx, just try and pick those off again. If they don't drop their shield, just shoot their toes. Something like that can help you take them out quickly too. I usually like to come up here just to get a good vantage point on these guys so you can get a good shot. Look for the one in the back. You'll have one that spawns a little bit closer. Right here. Take him out. Look for the last straggler. And then down in the middle you'll have a couple left. One there, usually one, yep, right here. Be airborne now. It's a new way to do it. Last one is around the corner. You're going to have a captain. Well, usually you do. Guess I don't this time. Sometimes you'll have ammo boxes here at the end. Sometimes you won't. But you will definitely have quite a few guys coming to you here. So hit him with that tether. Try and avoid that explosive ball if possible. That thing can be pretty painful. And then wait for the rest of the guys to come creeping in. Once they're all done, they'll be coming down the tunnel to you. If you got that tether sitting there, just keep throwing grenades out and everything. You'll take them out quick. They're trying to avoid me if at all possible right now. And just remember, you can always jump and get that airborne. Take this one out just so you don't get slowed down. And then around the corner, you're likely to have one Vandal here. Try and tag him before his shield comes out.
Light will drain your strength, your speed.
And then here you're going to have about 7
guys
waiting on you. 7 Acolytes. Tick them off. Look for the 3 off to the right. As 2 in the middle, and then I usually like to go through the tunnel to work on the last 2. Just so I'm going to be up at the top of my starting point anyway. Last couple right over here, and then we'll get the boss all nice and spawned in. Make sure you're all reloaded on everything you can. And if you want to fire a tether, now's a good time to throw one out in the middle. You want all those thralls to sit together if you can. Take those guys out quick. Now behind me I'm going to have a couple enemies to deal with here. A couple phalanx. Burn them down pretty quick if you can. And then look for the thralls that are going to be around. Once the main guys are down, then we'll start working on the boss. All the thralls should be down from the rocket, which isn't too bad. And then we can always tether the boss whenever I find him. He's a little more mobile in the early stages, less mobile in the second ones. But again, the sniper is going to be a great way to put some good work into him. Quick, speedy work. Now, as soon as he summons minions to his aid, you can do this one of 2 ways. You can leave the center thing up, and it will not spawn new enemies like these guys right here. So if you leave it up, you don't have to worry about the spawns, but then your recovery is basically going to be harder to get. So then from here, you can probably tether every one of these sides, throw a grenade, and then work down these scions as they go. Right now, not worrying too much about the bosses, you're in cover. And pretty much as you go through, you can kill plenty of enemies, but you're not going to need to for that gold. But every time you leave a blight up, it's not going to respawn. So if I leave the blight up over here, I'm not going to respawn the enemies. So if you kill most of them, say with a grenade for example, something like that, you can take most of them out, leave some of them up, and if you don't kill that blight, the enemies won't respawn. But if you need recovery, take out that blight, and then you'll actually be able to get your health back with that recovery. You just can't get your recovery back going when you're in that blight section. So like right here, if I want to get my health back up, take that one out. So at least when I'm standing out here, I can get my recovery up. In the middle, looks like I did the same thing on accident. Didn't quite mean to do that. Again, you can use that tether for him. Trying to keep him nice and locked down. Get some bonus damage as well on that sniper. As he changes his tactics, he's going to go to fire. So now in the middle, you're going to have another wave that spawn here. But again, if you leave it up, it will go away. They just go down pretty quickly with all the stuff we got going. Don't let those guys get too close. Again, remember, unfortunately, I think I actually did take it out. So if you do drop the middle one, don't worry. Just use your grenades as they're coming up quick. You know, if that guy's got a shield up, for example, just try and find the vandal that's out there. Start picking these guys off. Throw the grenade down. And he's going to be in that torch mode. So depending on where he's at and what you can work. Get that grenade, take him out. Same thing with over here. If you leave it up, the enemies will not respawn. But no, he will be doing that torch, so make sure you're staying in a spot if he's firing at you that he won't actually be able to hit you. And again, right here, if you want to throw that grenade, get these last couple stragglers down, you can. Maybe leave one up or something like that. Try and find him. If he's standing around in the middle, no big deal. But again, you need one place to get your recovery, so whether you clean out one on the right side, one in the middle. If you don't do the middle, then I'll show you guys that the actual enemies stay there, which is might make things a little easier for you. Why can I not find him? There he is. So he's going to respawn the guys in the middle. I'm going to put my back to the wall over here. Look for these guys right there. You know, get any grenades and things you can on them. Work on taking them down. So I'm going to leave this one up this time. And I'm going to take out this one on the left. Just so I have a place to go recover my health. You'll see the blight on the ground will go away, so I'm just going to hide behind the wall for a minute. Make sure you're not standing in the fire. That's no good. So as you can see, I'll take all those guys out really quick. You'll have a few out in the middle, but again, they won't keep respawning if you don't keep killing them, so I wouldn't worry too much about them. And then if I want to recover, let me just take out the blight on this side for a change. Looks like I've got one straggler over here. Not too much of a big deal. Now the boss will usually be opposite of you this point. You'll have one vandal in the middle, so watch for that snipe. But again, he'll be torching that other side till you go and find him. He's not one to venture out and find you as much the later on that we get into this. So as long as you don't kill those blights, then those guys shouldn't respawn here in the middle. Finally got him pulled a little bit just so I can see him. And again, getting that good sniper work in. Any powerful sniper is going to get a lot of damage done. But again, he's also going to go run and hide, which he tends to do a lot. You got to creep over here. Just make sure you're up at full health. Peek your head out. And get that work in. Make sure you're not standing in a place that's going to be counted as fire. As you can see, now the enemies won't respawn, but they will over here. Because I've got this up. So I'm going to throw my tether down there. Take out the Vandal. Use that grenade. And cook them all down again. It's just always helpful to have one side so you can get your health back. Plenty of time on the boss. When we get to the void section, that's where it's going to be the most important to keep. Basically, it's the axiom bolts. You want to keep those at bay. And as he sits there and fires and, you know, torches the ground, you can work on cooking the ground over here, or he's just going to go immune like he tends to do. Now, usually they can't get their shield back that quick, but as my health is low, I do need to go recover. So I'm going to go over here and hide behind this wall. Take a second. And again, I can tether him, get that bonus damage. Watch for that torch ability. Now he's going to summon more minions. He's still on the fire phase at this point, so you're relatively okay. Before you take him to the last phase, you do want to be kind of ready for it. It's important because that last phase can get a bit treacherous, so just be careful about that. You take out this side if you can. Watch for what areas are torched. Look for the straggling enemies, especially the sniper. Make sure you don't stand in fire. That's important. Again, if you need to recover in the middle, just take this thing out. Just know you're going to have the phalanx show up behind you. Not a big deal as long as you manage to know they're there. Looks like we got our gold at about 59. So again, plenty of enemies to fight. That's not a big worry. Make sure you take out the blight so you can get that recovery. That's usually what will stop you. So once that's up, you're good. Now from here, you're going to go to void phase, and he's going to fire 4 axiom bolts. You want to be able to either hide in the middle, which right in here, depending on if he fires them, they get stuck on the walls and they won't come to you, or then you're going to be fighting captains, or you just want to make sure you shoot them out of the sky. So those are your two options. I just want to make sure I'm as reloaded as possible, so I'm going to be a little gutsy here and go grab some ammo. Just want some sniper ammo so I can get those big shots into him. And a great time, of course, if you're going to do a tether him in the air. Get that extra damage. And then now, fire that big shot. Now we're on the third phase. Now you can go be careful. He's going to fire those axiom bolts. When he fires those out, you want to look for him coming in. Also, you want to look for the captains that's going to be down there doing some work to you. So be careful about that big void cluster that's out there. Try and take that captain out quick. He's going to be one of your biggest things to worry about. And also these axiom bolts right here. Take those out with a powerful primary shot and do not let them get close. He will get killed. If you can tether him still hiding with that thing up, not up behind you, get that working. But again, watching for these right here. See, summon some more minions in. And again, if you need that recovery, take out that blight. Watch for the captain. Their big black ball of death hurts if it doesn't kill you. Again, work on trying to get that blight taken down so you can get some recovery. Hang out here for a minute behind the wall. Sit tight, get your health back. Alright, fairly safe at this point. And that looks like it's the captain in the middle actually doing that work to me right now. So be careful. Whoo, I am so close to dead. Yeah, find that captain if one of them out there is shooting it. Looks like I'm going to get most of them. But that captain is up out there in the center, so you can get a grenade out there. That might help. Otherwise, just try and find the guy. As he keeps moving around, it gets to be a bit tough. If a rocket is needed, just make sure you jump up in the air and take out whatever you can. Look for the boss. Whether you grab some sniper, whatever it is. If you don't take out that center, the enemies won't respawn, but if I can get a shot on him across the way, Primaries first. Whew. Grenade saving my butt there. And look for the boss again. Should be over there somewhere. He's never too far. Man, he is actually about as far away as he could be right now. Where is he? I'm usually never down this far, but I can't even find the boss right now. But the Axiom bolts are coming. Alright, at this point, I'm just going to go check out the other side. Just be wary that you don't have your recovery if you're up in the middle. Take those guys out if you can. Find that captain if possible as well. Now again, this is the point where if you can't actually hide right here, the actual Axiom bolts will not make it around the wall. If you're by yourself, you can control it. Because you're like up against the lip of a wall and they should explode, so you should be relatively okay. Now if you want to speed this along, you can go, you know, rocket over there if you need to. If the big boys are getting annoying. If you fire a rocket, just be careful that shield is not up. Jump in the air. Take out just about everything and then see if you can go find big boy in the back. And with that tether up, you should be able to get some good work on his head. Now, depending on where you got your recovery shots done, you can sit in the middle, throw a grenade out here, depending on what's up. But make sure if you know some Axiom bolts are out there, now's a good time to just hide and make sure you can reload. Looking for that finishing touch. Just take that full airborne bonus. I'm going to pop another heavy synth, see if I can just rocket the boss to death. Got about 5 minutes left. Again, plenty of points. Those aren't going to be an issue. Look for the enemies over here. Get that airborne as well. Take everything out. And then look for a big boy boss. He's somewhere around. I know he is. Try and tether him and then get that airborne bonus. See if we can finish him off in style. Where are... There you are. Now those Axiom bolts can still come after you after he is dead, so just keep that in mind. Keep throwing those grenades. If you can get one back on him, that's a good thing to do. Keep it cooking him down. Now, yep, he's dead. Just keep in mind, those Axiom bolts can still be coming, so back up. Make sure you got a good range on them, and you're good to go.
We have held back the darkness.
So, that is kind of the main way about that. The Axiom bolts are going to be the painful part on that one to watch out for.
This is our charge, Guardian.
We got enough engrams out here and ammo.
Is our fight.
Couldn't get to it. So you can use a skeleton key. Simply perfect. Gold. I didn't have the sunrise bounty. I must have had it from last week already done. But you're pretty much good to go. So 82,000 points all by myself. Not too difficult. Daybreak will help. That tether will help keep some enemies at bay. And again, if you leave a blight up, the enemies will not spawn on the next wave. But again, just pick your side so you've got some place to recover. Use the walls as cover so you can do that. But other than that, it was a little slower run, but, you know, trying to play it safe. If you go Void Bomb, you can do some major damage with Airborne, so keep that in mind too. Something like Lance, if you can target it at him. 0 Day Dilemma, yeah, not looking too fantastic. But as always, guys, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Drop a like below. Have any comments or questions, leave those below. I'll answer those as good as possible. And as always, check me out on Twitch if you're always checking me out on YouTube, or vice versa. YouTube.com/Ebontis, Twitch.tv/Ebontis, and check me out on Twitter too. I'll usually post when I'm going live on Twitch. Have a good morning. I'll catch you guys soon, and peace out.